Consider What's Lost by Lucia Harrison and the Linotype Daily by Dan Wood were two of the many artists' books and prints featured in the Power of the Presses exhibition at the Bainbridge Island Museum of Art. Let's take a closer look at the different ways these artists incorporate printmaking to raise their voices, teach us about our past and present, and print a path towards a better future. Lucia Harrison is a visual artist, curator, and educator whose work draws attention to the natural and human history of the South Puget Sound in Washington state. She combines visual art, papermaking, science, and environmental education to win hearts and minds for conservation. Consider What's Lost begins with this wraparound box. Harrison handmade the paper from rhubarb and gompi, then embroidered into it. The textures and organisms visible on all sides make me feel like I'm holding a compact parcel of soil, freshly removed from the earth. Unfolding the box, we are presented with two companion volumes. The insects and other living organisms embroidered on the outside of the box are conspicuously absent on the inside. Harrison was inspired to create Consider What's Lost after watching decades of new housing developments lay cement driveways, plant grass lawns, and remove the forest understory. She was disturbed by the environmental devastation, which was being repeated across the Puget Sound area. As I unfold the pages, it takes me a moment to realize that the red embroidery and blue grid form a map. Harrison told me that this map depicts the Tamashan, a 1970s housing development in Olympia, Washington. The red lines demand my attention, but as I look at the pages, I begin to notice what is behind them. Subtle and ghostly silhouettes of animals, including birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, mammals, and insects. Harrison cut each animal from white paper and embroidered it on top of a base sheet of paper that she made with shredded money. Including the money is a biting gesture towards the consumption and profit-motivated forces that drive much of this habitat loss. The reverse side of each page features Harrison's monoprints. Working with the native plant species in her area, she printed directly from the actual leaves. Each print features a different native plant. Layering positive and negative onto her handmade paper, Harrison built up these rich textures with multiple monoprints. They evoke a densely vegetated region. Harrison explained to me that she tries to look for the positives and to give people the tools to make productive actions for change. The accordion book offers these tools to the reader. It begins by welcoming a new neighbor into the community and encourages them to take some time to meet those who share this land with you. Across from each text page and along the entire backside of the accordion, we again find Harrison's monoprints. The text introduces a variety of native trees and plants and reminds the new neighbor of the soil's importance. The letter also addresses many of the mammals, birds, and fish that live in this ecosystem. It closes with simple actions the new neighbor can take, or not take, to preserve these habitats. These are clearly steps not just for the new neighbor, but for anyone with a yard or stewardship over any parcel of land. Harrison's carefully crafted book is a gift to the neighbor in all of us. It inspires us to see what we might overlook so that we can ensure the continued health of native plants, animals, and ecosystems. Based in Providence, Rhode Island, Dan Wood runs DWRI Letterpress, teaches printmaking, and maintains his own artistic practice. Committed to the deep social impacts printing can make, he creates prints to start conversations, spark interest or outrage, or even bring attention to a single fleeting moment. The Linotype Daily was Wood's year-long project that documented the day's news using 19th century typecasting and printing technologies. Beginning on March 1st, 2019, he created a new print edition for each day. On the first print, he explains, part diary, part news filter. The project will investigate if there is any room in our information-saturated moment for the machine where it all started. One of the significant parameters of this project is that Wood cast the metal type using one of his 2 mid-century typecasting machines. In the late 1800s, linotype machines revolutionized newspaper printing. Instead of painstakingly setting metal type letter by letter, a linotype operator could quickly type out letters and spaces, which would be immediately cast with metal into a complete line of type. After printing, that metal could be remelted and used again. This technology ruled the newspaper industry until the late 20th century. Wood told me that he's had a long-time interest in newspapers. The connection between linotype casting machines and newspapers appears in the format of many of Wood's prints. They regularly feature a headline, dateline, and lead paragraph. There are other elements that harken back to printed newspapers as well. The moon phase calendars that begin each month recall tide charts. There are even occasional recipes, and a missed connections print. The news Wood addresses each day ranges from global to national to local and even personal. Most speak to major topics such as climate change, immigration, and political events, including coverage of the Mueller report and first impeachment of Donald Trump. In some cases, Wood presents direct quotes from reports or statements, allowing us to sit with the impacts of those words. In other prints, his own headlines and interpretation bring sharp focus to his reactions to the news of the day. Alongside major headlines, Wood includes moments from his own life, with his teenage daughter making a regular appearance. These humanizing stories remind me that we are all individual people responding to the news each day while trying to balance our own hectic lives. When I asked Wood how he drafted and wrote the text for each print, he told me his process came a little bit from desperation. Having to write the text, cast the type, and then print an edition each day is a huge undertaking. So he tried to find the simplest ways to deal with the issues honestly. Wood sent his prints to subscribers, distributed them in public, and exhibited them in different spaces. In some cases, the prints were made with the public at events like street fairs. Wood posted each print on a dedicated Instagram account. Initially meant to function more as an archive, putting them on social media allowed for many more people to engage with the daily prints. He explained to me that even though most people were seeing it on the computer, he recognized that people have a different appreciation for something handmade, even if they're looking at digital pictures of it. In a playful back and forth between print and digital, Wood even mimicked social media on some of the prints. I like the slight haphazardness of these loose prints collected in the box. It's organized by month, but easily allows for the different sizes and papers, no doubt selected alongside each day's content. Rifling through, I can engage with each print, enjoying the ephemeral quality of each one, and still follow the trajectory of the year's news. Wood planned the project so that the final print would conclude on Leap Day 2020. Although he periodically continued the project for years after, in the Linotype occasionally, he reflected on the year of daily prints on this extra calendar day. He writes, "So what have I learned? Not much, except a reminder that the truth is precious, easily obscured, and desperately worth fighting for. And contrary to presidential pronouncements, I'm pretty sure the COVID-19 outbreak is not a hoax. I do know that one person's honest voice can make a difference in another's life. So make your voice heard." Whether one sheet or many, printed as one of a kind, or an edition of hundreds, there are so many different forms and possibilities under the umbrella of printmaking. But there is one opportunity consistent across all of them. You can make your voice heard.